So, welcome back to this course. And in this section, we'll be talking about business taxes. So, what are business taxes? These are taxes that are imposed on net sales or gross receipts. And it is a tax paid in relation to conducting business in the Philippines. These two features of business taxes distinguishes it from income taxes because first, business taxes are imposed on net sales or gross receipts. And in later videos, you will see that the basis for income taxes would be different. And the second distinguishing feature, as well as the definition of business taxes, is that these taxes are imposed for simply conducting business in the Philippines. Whether you earn or not will be the subject of income taxes. So, by simply operating a business here in the Philippines, you need to pay business taxes. So there are two types of business taxes. The first one is percentage tax, and the second one is value-added tax. And let's distinguish the difference between the two. So when you register your business, you have to identify whether you're a VAT-registered business or a non-VAT registered business. So if you're a VAT-registered business, this means that you expect or your actual sales have already reached more than 3 million pesos. So remember, that is the so-called VAT threshold. So if you reach more than 3 million pesos, you have to register as a VAT registered taxpayer. So there are some businesses who opt to register as VAT registered business. It's because they get benefits from the so-called input VAT. So if we won't be tackling those more advanced topics, but do take note that there are some business who would rather register as a VAT registered business simply because they can get some benefits under the law that created that created the VAT system. All right? So, but for our discussions, we'll just simply make use of the VAT threshold of 3 million pesos to identify a VAT registered business. Now, if you do not reach 3 million pesos or you do not exceed 3 million pesos, then you have to register as a non-VAT registered taxpayer. So, any taxpayer who are not registered as VAT should be considered as non-VAT registered, obviously, of course. And those non-VAT registered taxpayers have to pay, instead of VAT, they have to pay percentage taxes. So that distinguishes a VAT registered, business tax from a percentage, from the percentage tax. So if you're VAT registered, you have to pay VAT. If you're not VAT registered, then you have to pay percentage tax. So in this section, we talk about percentage taxes. So percentage taxes, as we've mentioned in the previous video, are the tax or the business taxes paid by non-VAT registered taxpayers. And how do you compute for percentage tax? The formula is quite simple. It is computed as 3% of your gross sales or receipts in a quarter. So this is one of the unique features of percentage tax, which distinguishes it again from VAT, is that percentage tax is paid on a quarterly basis, not on a monthly basis, which is the payment period for VAT. Okay, so percentage taxes are paid on a quarterly basis. And you make use of BIR Form 2551Q. So you notice the Q there, that means quarterly. And it is paid on or before the 20th day of the month succeeding the end of the quarter. What does this mean? For the first quarter, you have to pay it on, obviously, the 20th day of the month succeeding the end of the end of the month at the end of the quarter, which is March for first quarter. So you have to pay the first quarter percentage tax on or before April 20. Okay, so hopefully that's clear with you. We'll have some exercises later on. So this is how the old quarterly percentage tax return looks like. But of course, the BIR is now implementing a new type of filing, so which is an electronic system. So you make use of the so-called EBIR form software, and the form will look similar to this one, but there are some salient differences. And if we'll talk about the EBIR forms in another video, but for our discussions, we'll just show you that there is a particular form which was revised in 2018 for the payment of filing and payment of the quarterly percentage tax. So let's look at an exercise. So let's make use of our computing capabilities. So the first exercise, let's go over this exercise. Mr. A, an entrepreneur, is a non-VAT registered taxpayer. So he needs to pay percentage taxes. For the first quarter of 2019, his total receipts based on his official receipt or the OR he issued is 70,000 pesos. So obviously, if you get 70 times 4, that probably won't reach 3 million pesos. So he's really a non-VAT registered taxpayer. Now, how much should he pay as percentage tax? When is the last day to pay his percentage tax? And what form should he use? Okay, so let's get those brains working now. So I'll give you a few minutes to answer those questions. All right, I hope you tried answering those questions. So let's try to compute for the percentage tax. So how much percentage tax should he pay? It's 2,100 pesos, which is 70,000 times 3%. When should he pay his percentage tax? On or before April 20. And what form should he use? 2551Q. I hope you got all of the answers correctly. If not, then you have to review the previous discussions. So in the next video, we'll talk about value-added taxes. So see you in the next video.